welcome to the first ever episode of The View According to You. Well, here we are. Welcome to everyone. Welcome to our liberals. Come on through. Welcome to our progressives. I see the conservatives there in the back. Come on through. Come on through. Everybody is welcome. This is a podcast where we, as fans of The View, all fans of The View, whatever your view, whatever your perspective, we can come together and we can talk openly, we can talk honestly, we can disagree with each other, and we could be authentic. So just a little bit of a backstory. I've been a huge fan of The View for years, since Whoopi joined the panel. So I wasn't there for the Meredith era. I wasn't even there for the Rosie era, although all fans of The View have seen YouTube clips and videos from the Rosie era. But Whoopi Goldberg is a global superstar. So when she joined the panel, that's when The View started being broadcast worldwide. I'm a South African. So that's when I first got introduced to The View, and I've been hooked ever since. And I love the show so much, but it's not something that everybody watches, that everybody enjoys. So I have no one to talk to. So I found a View community on a channel called MVO TV, My View on The View, that I've been a fan of for a couple of years now. And even though there's a lot of takes that the host of that podcast has shared that I agree with, there's also a lot that I disagree with. But that's what I enjoy. I enjoy the discourse. I enjoy hearing different points of view. As you guys may or may not know, it's been a couple of years now, I want to say at least a year or two, where she has become quite controversial, in particular with her view on the LGBT community. And while I personally disagree with that view, I 100% stand behind her right to share that view. I stand behind her right to hold that view. So even though there was a time where a lot of the LGBTQ community left her podcast, that were calling for boycott on her podcast, I never joined in that group, because while I disagree with her, I do believe that we should have different opinions. That's why I love The View. That's why I fell in love with The View. Watching Elizabeth Hasselbeck and Joy Behar go at it, that was what made The View fun and interesting, and entertaining. So I never subscribed to the idea that we all have to agree, that we all have to have the same view. I never subscribed to the idea of cancel culture. If that is how you feel, I can disagree with you vehemently. And we can discuss and we can go back and forth. And as long as it doesn't devolve into slurs or derogatory statements, then let's have at it, that's how we learn and we grow. And what I found interesting about MVO TV is that she has been criticizing The View because, as the New York Times article stated, The View has narrowed. We currently have a panel that sounds much alike. Yes, two of them are so-called Republicans, and then Sarah is an independent, but they all more or less agree with each other day in, day out. They all six of them voted for Kamala Harris in the last election. Yet Trump, the majority of Americans voted for Trump. There's not one Trump voter on the panel. We all remember when Jedediah Bila came back, and she and Sunny in particular went at it about the whole COVID situation. And it was very clear that nobody who has a dissenting or a different view was welcome, and they've become very intolerant of different views. Trump supporters, when last have we seen a Trump supporter on The View? I honestly, I can't tell you when last. And MVOTV has been criticizing The View for this for a while now, and I've been in agreement with her that we need to hear the other side. We need to understand. Say what you want to about the Elizabeth Hasselbecks of the world, about the Meghan McCains of the world, but they gave us insight and they gave us a different point of view that we don't get from the other ladies, and that's what The View has been missing. And I find it very interesting that she has been criticizing The View, yet recently, as in last week, she had a podcast where she expressed her views on the transgender community, which personally I obviously disagree with, but that's her right. It's her podcast. She can say what she wants to say. And she's even said on on the podcast that she doesn't want the comments from the LGBT community. She doesn't want to go back and forth. It's her podcast, her view, and that is her right. And I'm in agreement with that. Fine. I respect that. It's not the first time she said it. I, as a member of the LGBT community, when she broaches the subject, I know not to comment on it. I listen to it, I disagree with it, but I don't get into a back and forth with her because I know that is not what she wants, and it's her platform, it's her podcast, so I respect that. For me, where I drew the line and where I was like, okay, I gotta be out of here, deuces, is because that's what she said needs to happen. She said, if you are a member of the LGBTQ community, I want you to leave this group and I don't want you to come back. She did not say, if you are a member of the LGBT community and you are offended by what I'm saying, or you want to argue with me, or then you can leave. No. She said, if you are a member of the LGBTQ community, I want you to leave this group and I want you to never come back. That's what she said. Once again, this is her platform. It is her podcast. And if she does not want us there, then I guess I've got to go. I just found it really hypocritical that is the view that a lot of the ladies on the panel of The View have when it comes to Trump supporters. They feel they do not want to platform these people. They do not want to give these people an opportunity, a microphone to spread their points of view. And she has criticized the ladies of The View for holding this view, for not opening space for different points of view. Yet, when it comes to her own platform, she has the exact same standpoint, which I find hypocritical. But that is her right. The point is that I was asked to leave the podcast, to leave that community, even though I've never once commented on her post criticizing or disagreeing with her stance on the LGBTQ community, because I respected that she does not want to have those discussions with someone from the community. So when she talks about that, I do not say anything. I move on. When she is talking about the show or something that happened on the show and I have opinion on that, then I comment on that. So I've never caused any conflict in her comment section. I've never said anything about her or to her personally. The only time I've ever commented was on the show, when we're talking about the show. But in any event, she still made the decision that she wants all of us to go. So she kicked us out of her community. So I obliged and I unsubscribed, and I no longer have a View community where we can go and we can chat and we can disagree, and we can dream about what we'd do with the panel and who'd we'd like to put in there and who we think we should go and what was great on the show. And oh, did you see that moment? And like I don't have that anymore. My favorite podcast was Deja the View. That was just hilarious and brilliant and fun. Unfortunately, when Meghan McCain left, a lot of the drama left. So a lot of the View podcasts stopped posting, whether it be Deja the View, whether it be The View in Review. I can't remember. Those are the top two that come to mind. But a lot of them stopped posting regularly and now hardly ever do. I don't know when last Deja the View had an episode. So there is nowhere where I can go anymore to have that community where we can just have fun and talk about a show that so many of us enjoy. And some of us, like myself, even though I enjoy the show, if I'm being honest, it is sort of habitual. It's like a habit to watch The View, even though we know The View at the moment is in a slumber because it is, 6 women with, generally speaking, the same view. It's not as dramatic, as entertaining, as fun as it was in the Meghan McCain days or the Elizabeth Hasselbeck days or even the Candace Cameron Bure days. It's now sort of a single view, variations of a single view. We also know the women well enough that even on non-political subjects, we know exactly where they're going to stand, what they're going to say. So it's not as good as it used to be, but we are part of a family. We're like a family. Sometimes, we get a little annoyed with each other and it's like, ugh, this is boring. Do I really have to go to that Christmas lunch? But you do it. And that is how I feel about The View. I show up every day. I watch The View. I watch it on the go a lot of the time. So I'm just going to start another community, a different community from MVO TV, one where everybody is invited. If you are a conservative, if you are pro-Trump, take a seat, come on in. If you are a Bernie bro, a progressive, take a seat, come on in. If you are socially conservative and you are pro-life and against choice, come on in. If you are pro-choice and you are pro-LGBTQ and come on in. If you disagree with the LGBT community and you don't feel that it is a good thing or that it's right or that it's against your beliefs, come on in. Let's all get together. Let's chat. Let's have discussions. Sometimes you decide, yeah, I agree with you, but I don't really feel like going back and forth. Then just ignore it. Move on. Come on in. Let's hear your views. The only rule here is that we do not use derogatory terms. We do not use slurs. Other than that, everybody is welcome. Your view is welcome. I'm really busy. This is just a hobby for me. I don't know how regularly I'll be able to post. I will try my best to post regularly. But I also want to hear from you guys, not just in the comment section. Send voice notes or I don't know. I'm not really social media savvy. I'll have to wrap my head around it, but I'm sure I'll start a Twitter page or something so that you can send through voice notes and you can be, or DMs on whatever platform, so that your view can be heard straight from your mouth, not just in the comments, but straight from your mouth on the podcast. This is a community. It's not just about my view. I want to hear your view also. Maybe one day we'll get into some sort of rhythm where every so often, maybe once a week, we get on a video call or a audio call with one of you guys, and we can discuss, and that could be an episode of the podcast. It doesn't just have to be me and my annoying voice going on about my point of view. I want to create like a true community. We Everyone's view is heard, and we can all discuss together and have some fun. And this be an open and free space for everybody. So if you were a fan of my view on The View, MVOTV, that's okay. If you are still part of that community, that's okay. But you are welcome here. This is for everybody. Just know that this is a space where different views will be shared, different views will be heard. We can agree, we can disagree. Let's have some fun. And most importantly, let's talk about our show, The View. This is the welcome episode to The View According to You. I can't wait for us to get together more, chat some more, and let's see where this thing goes. If you have any ideas of what you would like this podcast to be about, how you would like it to run, or any ideas, drop in the comment section. Let us know. Let's build this community together. This is The View According to You. All right, guys. Till next time. Bye-bye.